Hi guys, um, I'm Agnė from Lithuania. I'm graphic designer and illustrator, also editor-in-chief of Football Magazine and co-founder of uh, Street Football Tournament Overtime. And yeah, today I will tell you about how looks life when you combine football and art. My story short is just like this. So I was that kid who, when people saying the one who's drawing or the one who's dancing, so I was the girl who's always drawing. I was just obsessed by that, so I was learning in art school also. And accidentally, there was one winter when our school was under construction, so we had to have sport classes outside in winter, in Lithuanian winter, where Latvians know what it means. So one guy was playing football, like having trainings in football school, so we decided to play football. I remember that I even didn't touch the ball in that hour, but something just blew out in my mind. I just felt in love with football somehow, and it totally changed my life. But still, I was like, and I become from the girl who's drawing, become the girl who is crazy about football, So yeah, I realized that it's just the love of my life, and but still, I was drawing all the time, and I decided that I have to combine the art and the football together. So that's who I am right now, like graphic designer and illustrator at the day and football player at night. Yeah, I remember my first game in the stadium. It was also really cold, and well, it was not winter, but it was spring, but still snow everywhere. It was national team game, a friendly game. I remember the atmosphere in the stadium. It was incredible. I don't know how the other kids feeling when they are from the football countries. Perhaps they have much more feelings to see the big atmosphere. Well, in Lithuania, football is in really bad situation right now. In like 30 years ago, it also was bad situation. But I remember that I was so inspired by everything that when I looked back to the stadium when I was already leaving, I realized that it's never gonna be the same, the same life. I knew that it's gonna be about football everywhere, and I just wanted to continue my journey from there. So, yeah, as I mentioned, by drawing and by playing football, I start combining these things, and that's how born all these projects. Street football tournament overtime, social project Let's Score a Goal. The name is Let's Score a Goal. Football culture magazine Sveiks Valio, daily football doodles. So let's start from the one which started 5 or 6 years ago. Um, I was living in these gray Sovietic districts in the block, and I was playing football with the guys all the time. Yeah, there was no girls. And with one, my friend, he's photographer and filmmaker. We was playing football together, and I mentioned that I really want to make a football tournament because actually in 2013 I saw the Ghetto Games Festival. I think it was in Ventspils. I don't remember where exactly, but I remember in the Mayor channel I saw the after movie clip about street sport festival, and I was obsessed. I said we have to make something like this in Vilnius, and we start organize overtime. Yeah, as Anton's mentioned, we have only 1 or 2 times per year, but it's a real nice feeling to see how community growing. I remember the kid who came to the first tournament like 5 years ago. He was so small but so talented. We were so proud he is like joining our tournament, and now he is playing in futsal national team. Under 21, and I'm so proud to see how the people are growing. And the best thing to have that community street football tournament is that you have teams which play in the first one and still are together with you, and to feel that community is the best thing of organizing things like underground street football tournament. The next project is the project called Let's Score a Goal. This idea came to my mind because I'm from Vilnius, the capital of Lithuania. But the problem is that even in the capital of Lithuania, there is no football stadium with the goal which have net. So kids even don't know the feeling when you're scoring the goal to the net. You know the sound when you're scoring the goal and the sound to the net. It's one of the most beautiful sound actually in the world. So the idea was to hang the nets in the stadiums in Vilnius to show that if we hang the nets in the stadiums, kids will come back to the stadiums. They will start play football again because there was a empty stadium. People start using as a crossroad. They just if you start playing football in that empty stadium, like you will be disturbed because people are crossing the stadium all over. So the project was to hang the nets, and actually it really works because people start going to the stadium when we hang the nets. It works only like few months because someone stole the nets. But also, the interesting thing that we found the stolen nets in the wood next to the stadium. Some of the older guys just hang them there, and they play football between, like, to hang the nets between the trees, and they play football there. So that's also really interesting idea because maybe people feel uncomfortable in the stadium. It's not the comfort zone for them, so they bring the nets to the wood and play football there. So it's really a thing which I want to, I don't know, talk more about with the government maybe, and to solve this problem, because football and the community in football is about the comfort zone, to feel better with other people, to feel better in the field and all these things. The other project is football culture magazine Sveiks Valio. Sveiks Valio means, I don't know if in Latvia there is something like this, but in Lithuania, Sveiks Valio, it means when two teams line up before the game, and the captain have to say Sveiks, and the team have to say Valio. It means like cheer up the teams. So I'm the editor-in-chief of this magazine. The next one it's every 4 months. The next one will be in 2 weeks. I'm really waiting for that. We're organizing discussions and presenting the magazine. And I think every country deserves to have printed football magazine. Actually, it's the only one magazine about sports in Lithuania. I think every country deserves to have a magazine because football is not only about shiny boots or Premier League goals or betting or transfers. It's much more than that. Football could be a context for the music, for the art. Football have underground stores which are also very important and inspiring. And it's also, again, about community, because football culture makes that community. Another one is my daily routine. It's football day draws. I started this project. It's like side project. It's my personal project, and I started because I had so many things to share about funny part of football, and I started drawing doodles about the football daily life, and expecting people to relate with these situations. So tell me who can't relate with when in the cold weather the ball slapped on your leg and someone said, "Let's mark the sign there." Or I'm crazy about Champions League. Yeah, Champions League anthem is the best song ever. So I'm drawing, Champions League inspired graphics, the Valentine Day graphic, and people related with that. So that's also build community, and I'm happy to share that with people and to discuss with them, because I know that I'm not the only one who is obsessed by Champions League and all these things. Yeah, so by drawing my daily life doodles, I start work with UEFA campaign We Play Strong. It's a campaign about women football to empower girls to play football everywhere, and that it's football for everyone. So we start creating the like football relating situations about how it looks to be a footballer girl. So I don't know if you can relate with these, but it's also winter. Like why every time it's winter? So we start to connect with the girls, and I'm super happy to see that there are so many girls who can relate with these situations. And when someone said that your drawing inspires me or they want to play football, I think that was the aim, that was my goal in the life, to make something meaningful, combining art with football. So that really motivates me to continue my work and yeah, keep drawing and keep creating projects. And what I wanted to mention is I really hate rules, but I have some kind of rules of my life, what I learned from football. So the first one is be brave with your ideas. Um, you have nothing to lose. If you have something, what you want to do in football and sports or whatever, just do it, just try, and you will see that by this people start surround you with same minds, and you will start creating projects together. That's really important. The second one is that community first. As you saw in all these photos from the project, there are all the time the people, like groups of people. So it's about community. Everything I do and what I do with my team, everything is about to make a, I don't know, place for the community, to bring people together. The tournament, like street football tournament, bring people together. Football Culture magazine bring people together, and even the doodles, football doodles on Instagram make people together. The third one, perhaps the most important one, is unconditional love. When you love what you're doing, the result will come. The thing is that, for example, I don't know if in other Baltic countries it's the same, but in Lithuania, when you're doing something with football, you always have to give more than it's possible to receive, and it's okay. Like, I mean, if you love something so much, what you do, it's okay to give more, because what you have back is the people, and that feedback will, I don't know, the aim of my life. And the last one is always have a football ball, because it's the best friend, right? So that's it. Thank you.
The first question, do you think printed magazines make sense in new era where we are focused on environmental issues? B, live in digital era where youth can find information in very different way. So, about the printed magazines, what do you think? Is it make sense in nowadays?
Yeah, okay. The internet problem is that there's so many information there, and you lost in it, you forgot. And printed magazine is the stories in the Sveiks Valio magazine, the story that there's you can't find in internet. So that's the aim of printed magazine, to have everything in one place. And I don't know, like I just wanna to save the print, because print matters. There was a.
Thank you very much. So print matters, right? And what about the environmental issues? Maybe we need to use reworked, recycled paper, right? So say that and that's it. They will like it. Okay, we will use recycled paper, okay? Everybody? Or just put on the stone, okay? With eco colors. Okay, do you plan to make football tournaments for girls only?
In overtime, we usually have at least one girl playing. We still planning to make women team playing in the tournament, but just women tournament. Well, I don't think so because it's about like in Vilnius there's really small communities, so we getting really well with the guys and like women play together with men. I play in men team, for example, so I think there's no problem.
Okay, because it also was next question about the sometimes it's scary environment of the boys, and so you don't scary of the boys, right? So it's not a problem because when you are open, the boys back are also open. Okay, amazing, talented young lady, very great-hearted and great drawings. Once again, of course.
Thank you.
Yeah, there are two more comments. Your doodles are amazing. Thank you for bringing visibility to women in football through this amazing art. Once again, and
Thank you, guys.
your perspectives of football are unique. I think football is in a desperate need for a voice like yours to go back to the love. You are talking about reinvent yourself. Wow. Is it true, right? Of course. And the last question about our artist. Do you know Vladislav Slaksha?
Yeah, of course.
You know
I
him,
have stickers.
but you have stickers, right? But you don't know him in person.
No.
Oh, maybe he will come today.
Raymond said that I will meet.
You will meet him.
yeah.
Okay, great.
They living for the social network.